Welcome to the first day of the rest of your life. This is Destin Legend Drew Mitchell, sharing this for all you other Destin Legends out there. The title of today's message is Know What You Want. Know what you want. If you want something, what do you want? You got to know it. I'll share a personal story with you to help me get to the point. It was in my early to mid-20s. I had a great opportunity. Turned something into personal training, which was a hobby at the time, into a very successful career that allowed me to travel all over the country, work for the top gyms in Ohio, Florida, California, now Las Vegas. But it started out with Lifestyle Family Fitness. Great mentor of mine, Esteban. Awesome guy. Thank you, Esteban, for everything you've taught me. So after working for Lifestyle Family Fitness a year and a half or two, I kicked butt. I was making really good money for me at my age, and however, we had like production reports. You can get online, you can check out the number one trainers in your club, the number one trainers, locally, the region, state, and national. And I was fortunate enough to be the number one trainer in my club for a year and a half. Nobody beat me. And however, I'm like every month though, I'm looking online because like I'm a champion. I want to be the best. So there's this team down in Lake Mary, Florida, killing it, blowing everybody out of the water. They got like 10 trainers selling $15,000 to $20,000 each every month, and I knew that they weren't better trainers than I was. I was like, I go to Esteban and I said, Esteban, please, man, like I wanna work in this club. Like I know they're not better trainers than me. I know it's just demographics. Like if you put me on the same playing field as them, like I'll blow them out of the water. And he was like, oh, we need you here, Drew. Just keep proving yourself here. Keep proving yourself here. I got frustrated. After a while, long story short, I quit. I left the company. I was frustrated. I started my own personal training business. Took all my clients with me. But after about six months or so, flourishing business, I just wasn't happy. There's something about that team, camaraderie, rapport that I liked. I love leading people. I love uplifting and helping others succeed, and I knew that I still had a lot more growth that I could learn too from a company standpoint before going off on my own. So I actually called up Esteban and asked if I could meet him. I want to talk to him, and I was going to ask to come back to the company. So he's of course, we scheduled a meeting a couple days later. Walk into his office, and he's always greets me with a smile and a handshake, like we're old high school buddies, and sit down in a chair just like this across from his desk. And this guy's extremely successful. I mean, intimidating to a lot of people because he just knows his business. He doesn't mess around. He's a go-getter. He taught me a lot of valuable lessons. And so we're catching up. After we catch up, a little small talk. How you been? What you been up to? He just pauses, looks at me, and says, what do you want? And I knew what I want. He knew what I wanted, but he wanted me to say it. I came back to this. He gave me an opportunity to sit in front of him to tell him this. So that's one thing. Know what you want, but don't be afraid to say it. Don't be afraid to speak it and live it and go for it. All right? So others tend to take you at your own self-evaluation. You got to this is what I want, and boom. So I look at him. I said, well, I want to work at the New Albany Club, which was like a new club in Ohio in a nice area. I said, or Lake Mary Club. He goes, Drew, what do you want? And I said, well, if I had a magic lamp and I rubbed it and a genie just popped out right here and like, yes, you can have whatever you want, what would I wish for? Yes. I said, easy. I said, I want to work in Lake Mary. I said, I want to work in the number one club in the company with the number one trainers in the company on the same playing field because I'm going to prove that I'm the best trainer in the company, hands down. And I said, I want to be the number one trainer in the company. He goes, okay. I'm kind of looking down where I go, excuse me? He goes, you got it. You proved yourself. You deserve it. I'll make the phone call. He goes, keep doing what you're doing. Don't let me down. I stood up elated. I mean, I'm doing cartwheels and backflips in my head. I was so pumped up about this. So 2 weeks later, I moved to Florida. I freaking did it. I set a goal. It was 2008. And the year of the recession. A lot of people were losing their jobs. A lot of people were like, oh, aren't you afraid to move across country, start a new job? You got to start all over. from scratch. I'm like, no, I'm not scared. I'm determined. I'm gonna be the #1 trainer in the company. I'm gonna sell over $20,000 of training a month. I'm gonna make 6 figures. I knew what I wanted. I went for it. I did it. I made it happen. So be specific. Don't be afraid of what you want. Like for people say, oh, I wanna be rich. I wanna make a lot of money. What's a lot of money? Like what's a lot of money? Know what you want specifically. Like I want to make $100,000 this year. I want to make $250,000 this year. I want to make $1 million by 2016. Like I want to own a house. What? You mean you just want to own a house? Like 1-bedroom shack? What do you want? Know exactly what's the address? What's the location? How many square footages? Does it have a pool? I mean, what do you want? Be specific. Don't be afraid to go for it. Know what you want. If you just like get in your car and like, oh man, I want to go to a beach, or how are you going to get there? You don't know because you don't even know what you want. You got to know what you want. A lot of people aren't successful in life not because they lack talent, drive, or skill. It's just they lack conviction and purpose. And you got to look in the mirror, ask yourself, what do I want? So I ask you, what do you want? Be honest, be real, be specific, and go for it. Thanks.